Now, Pool Stabilizer is basically cyanuric acid, and AquaDoc makes this in a granular form and a liquid form. We're going to go over today how to use it, why you would want to use it, and why you might choose one form over the other depending on your needs. If your pool water has gone from crystal clear to this in just a couple days, even though you know that your chemicals are balanced, it might be time to check your cyanuric acid. Stabilizer, also known as cyanuric acid, is basically what protects your chlorine from UV breakdown. In simple terms, it's kind of like a sunscreen for your chlorine. Now, without maintaining the proper levels of cyanuric acid in your pool, your chlorine levels can drop by up to 50% in just a few hours. If your cyanuric acid levels aren't correct, you could be losing chlorine faster than I lost my sense of style in the 80s. In my defense, I did think parachute pants would be around a little bit longer. Now let's talk about whether to use granular or liquid. Granular comes as pure cyanuric acid, and it is the more budget-friendly option for sure. But you have to wait longer for results. And if you really don't have any time to wait, that's when you want to use liquid. Granular is going to be perfect at the start of the season when you have plenty of time to let it do its thing and you don't need to get in your pool in the next day or two. This is the one to go with. And liquid is ideal in the middle of the season when you need to bump your levels up quickly and you don't want to wait. And as far as compatibility and safety goes, you can use them in all types of pools. You can use them in fiberglass, vinyl, gunite, plaster, saltwater, chlorine, whatever pool you have, these are going to be safe for it. Also, they're compatible with other chemicals like the chlorine you're using or the other pool chemicals you might be using. Even if you're using a different brand now, it's going to be totally safe for you to start using these and switch over to them. They're going to be compatible with whatever you're using. Now, before you use either one, you're going to want to test your cyanuric acid levels, and you want to be between 30 and 50 parts per million. You can go up to 70 parts per million if you have a saltwater pool. Now with the granular, you really have two options. You can put it in a sock in the skimmer and let it dissolve over time. My preferred method is to dissolve this in a 5-gallon bucket of pool water and then add it back to the skimmer when the filter is running. You want to let that pool pump run for at least 24 hours. I really recommend 48, and then retest your levels between 48 and 72 hours. Now with the liquid, you're obviously going to test your levels the same way and you're shooting for the same targets. Really, the only thing you need to know is shake it up well. Once you shake it up and pour it in, let your pool pump run for about 6 hours and retest it. Now, full disclosure here, I sort of sabotaged my pool in an effort to bring you an educational video. And in doing so, I'm kind of anxious to get it back to looking good. So we're going to be going with the liquid today because I need fast results. Now, I've already retested my water. I know that I'm balanced or at least within safe ranges to move forward. And we're going to put in the liquid cyanuric acid. Now, my acid levels are very low, and it's because I did a big water change. Anytime you have a big splash out or you lose a lot of water for any reason and have to add it back, that'd be a good time also to check your cyanuric acid levels. Now, according to my calculations, I'm gonna need at least this much cyanuric acid, but before you add it, don't forget to shake it. We're putting the whole thing in the deep end. Now, the reason I picked this as my spot is because I have a jet here, and as you can see, that will disperse all across the pool. And just to make sure that I got it all, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and dunk this into the pool, get some of the pool water, mix it up in there, and get the rest of it out. Before I added the cyanuric acid, my levels were basically unreadable. They were very, very low. So I just added this entire container, which is 128 ounces. I'll retest after 6 hours and see where we're at. If I have to add more, I will. There's really no point in adding chlorine until you know you're stabilized and within those acceptable ranges. So we'll wait and hold off to do that until we've made sure our levels are completely within the acceptable ranges. Now, after just a few short hours, we're stabilized and our chlorine retention is back, and I couldn't be happier. We're ready to move on to the next step. Stabilizer is not going to clear up your water, but it may be the first step in getting your pool to go from looking like this to this. Now, AquaDoc Stabilizer is paraben and aluminum free. It works cleanly with all pool types, and it's made in the USA. And if that wasn't enough reasons to go ahead and use their products, they've agreed for every video that I make for them to give an additional donation to the Wounded Warrior Project. So if you didn't already have enough reasons to get your chemicals from AquaDoc, there's another really good one.